So one of the most counterintuitive things for any creative trying to make a living is purposefully not creating. Hear me out. This seems cray-cray, but if you think about music, one of the things that makes sound so powerful is silence. I'm Dariana Everett. I'm a singer, songwriter, music producer, and RAC grad. Do your best work while not working. I think this idea that we have to be holed up in the studio to be working is just utter poppycock. Think of audio engineers. Ears will get tired if you don't take breaks every 2 hours. And what will end up happening is the high end of your hearing gets fatigued. You'll start to mix everything bright and hot, and you won't be effective with your work. Or if you're a painter and you only look at your canvas from one angle, if you don't rotate it and look at it in different lighting, you might not see all of the composition errors or color correction that you have to do. So it's really important to change your vantage point. Or if you're a singer, as singers, you know that there's a limit to how much you can sing in a day. Otherwise your muscles get tired, you don't sound good, and you will end up just not sounding the best and or worse, damage your voice. In every serious practice, there is a necessary pause. So why the heck do we not take pause and silence seriously? For me, it is at the same level, if not more, than my productive time, because I know how effective I am when I've had time to percolate, when I've had time to really sit with my ideas, with my thoughts, with my whole process of what I'm creating. And that pause is essential. I'd say it's almost as important, if not more important, than the actual process of creating, as it gives you the time and space to clearly hear your own thoughts and get the perspective you need on what you're creating. We have all done a late night session, 5-6 hours in the studio, where we think we have created gold. And then the next day, in the light of a new day, we listen to it and it's horrid. It is horrible. So we've all been there, but I think if we take the time to really take pause, it really saves our butt. You know, time is the healer of all wounds. Maybe time is the one that gives you the perspective so that you can actually do things well. Just saying. I always refer back to one of my favorite books, The Artist Way. It is so insightful and filled with just the most comprehensive practices that you can do as an artist to really get the perspective you need, nurture your creativity, and be effective as a creative. So one of the things she suggests is taking weekly artist dates, whether it be going to the museum, taking a cooking class, going to a vineyard, just something that sparks any sort of inspiration or creativity, and you do it within the constraint of it not being productive. Like the result is not at all part of the equation. It is just purely for the pleasure of getting inspired or creating. Another thing to do is to work out, exercise, walk, go outside. I love that I have my dog Kenzo because he, even on gross days, makes me take my butt outside, where I move my legs, I get fresh air in my lungs, I'm outside in nature, and it makes all of the difference to my day. It's like a new step to a day, a new chapter. So taking those pauses where you go and walk, you don't need your phone, you don't need to listen to music, you can if you want to, but you just being outside and looking at the world, using your brain, that's a good thing. Another thing to try, which is in The Artist's Way, is a reading detox. This is where you unplug the TV. You step away from the internet. You put down those magazines, no podcasts, no social media, and you just give space to your own thoughts. It's for a whole week. But at the end of it, you ideally have a dopamine reset, at least a little bit, as well as you finally given yourself some space to have your own thoughts. What is it that you are thinking? What is it that is on your mind? Like, it will be dumb thoughts to begin with because you're just observing, but then maybe your own inner dialogue will come out, or your own creative voice will come out. Maybe you'll solve a problem that you didn't know the solution to. Whatever it is, you take the time to reset and you give yourself the space, the necessary pause to then reconnect with yourself. We often don't give ourselves the space and time to just allow our own thoughts to come forward, allow ourselves to become bored, because it is after boredom and maybe a bit of frustration that our brain synapses start firing and creativity begins. So make the purposeful choice of taking meaningful pause in your day, in your routine, in your calendar, in your schedule, every day. Just meaningful pause. Take silence. Make space for your mind to wander and wonder, and you will be amazed at how quickly you will be rewarded. What are ways that you naturally take space? Do you guys do no phone days, detox days, connect to earth? What do you do to really get your pauses? I hope this video helped with giving you some ideas on how you can take meaningful pause in your work and your schedule and see how it's muchos freaking productive for you. Just saying. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.